What is up, guys? Roadhog here today, and welcome to episode 1 of Overwatch Pro Tips. In this series, I will be giving you guys random tips from high elo or pro players to help you improve at Overwatch. Some tips will be long, some will be short, and the gameplay in the background may or may not represent the tip itself. For the shorter tips, I probably won't switch the gameplay around because it'll only take a few seconds to say. Regardless though, let's start off right here with a tip for playing Roadhog. So we all know Roadhog has his self-heal, and you really don't want to use his self-heal when you're surrounded by enemies. Basically, if you know you're going to die, don't use your heal, that way you don't charge up the enemy's ult meter. Everyone knows that. That's not the tip I have. What I'm going to suggest is not when you should use your heal, but how. Whenever you use your heal, get in the habit of making a 180-degree turn away from your enemies. This makes it much harder for them to land headshots on you, and if they are shooting you, they'll charge up their ult meter less fast because they're not getting the double damage from a headshot. I really just recommend making this habit. Even if enemies aren't around you, make it a habit of turning away from where enemies could be whenever you heal as Roadhog. It'll help you guys in the long run, and it's actually saved me a few times, I believe. Our next tip is for Torbjorn, and I could have made this into its own video. It would have been pretty short, but I'm going to put it here instead. We'll cut it down, that way it fits into this video. Basically, what I'm about to say is that all of you people playing Torbjorn are doing it. I promise, at least 95% of you play Torbjorn this way, and it's not how you want to do it. Do you place a Torbjorn turret in the open, sit there behind it, and heal it as enemies are shooting it? Well, I used to as well, before I realized that that is not how you want to play Torbjorn. Your turrets are honestly pretty crappy. They're not that good, and they're only good at lower elos. No offense to lower elo players, but most of them don't know how to or don't even care enough to take out a Torbjorn turret. If you want to be a good Torbjorn and you want to take your Torbjorn gameplay to the next level, you need to get your priorities straight. First, you want to make sure you put your turret not out in the open and you don't just sit there behind it and heal it. You want to place your turret behind corners or in rooms. That way it catches the enemy off guard. Don't sit behind it and heal it. Be out there in the fight using your main weapon. Your Rivet Gun's primary fire does 70 damage per shot with no damage fall off. You can be at maximum range and hit people for 70 damage. And its alternate fire, which is its shotgun, can deal up to 150 damage if you land all the pellets. This is a very powerful weapon, and most people that play Torbjorn don't even utilize it. What you should do is place your turret, like I said before, around a corner or in a room, and then go fight with your team, kill enemies, and collect scrap. Collecting scrap is also a huge part of playing Torbjorn very well. I see so many Torbjorns who don't even bother to collect scrap or give armor. 75 armor isn't a small amount, and it's really good on low HP heroes. If you give 75 armor to any support, you're going to make your whole team a lot harder to kill, because the supports generally have low HP. Actually, they all have low HP. There's no support with a high amount of HP. So by giving them this extra armor, or maybe giving it to some other low HP hero, maybe an assault hero you know that can do well, you're going to be helping your team a lot. So don't neglect this. You may notice that during all of your fighting and providing armor and collecting scrap, your turret will go down. Ignore it. I don't mean ignore it entirely, I mean wait until there's a good opportunity to replace it. You want to make sure a few things are done before you go to replace your turret. Make sure enemies are cleared and there's no chance they can capture the point while you're away. Maybe 4 of them are dead, 3 of them are dead. You really want to make sure they don't really have a chance of taking the point while you're away. Then, you collect all of the scrap that's around, that way you can provide your team with more armor, make sure the armor goes to your supports, and maybe assault heroes or other low HP heroes, and then, after you've done all of that, that's when you can go place your turret. Basically, all of this tip can be summed up as, don't worry about your turret as much as every Torbjorn player does. It isn't your main source of damage, it isn't your most powerful ability. The ability to give your supports armor, the ability to do pretty good damage at all ranges, and the ability to have a turret that supports your team and supports you, not by dealing all of the damage, but by kind of helping deal a little damage, is what you want to be doing as Torbjorn. So using this will help you greatly, and it'll allow you to take your Torbjorn gameplay to a higher level. Our next tip is for you good people out there that play Mercy because nobody else on the team wants to play support. First of all, thank you, because you're the reason this game works. And second of all, stop holding on to your ultimate. Stop it. Stop. Right now, I don't want you ever holding your ultimate for a 5-man ulti again. I'm serious. This is bad. You really don't want to hold your ultimate and just wait for that 5-man Mercy revive so you can get play of the game. The reason this is because most Mercies will wait for that 5-man revive and they'll never get it. And in the time they could have ulted maybe 3 times, they've still been holding on to the ult they received early on in the game. What you want to be doing is knowing your odds, alright? If you know there's a certain amount of teammates dead, and if they were alive you could win the fight, ultimate. Even if it's just 1 teammate, or if it's 2 teammates, 3, it doesn't matter. If you think the scales would be tipped and the enemy would be able to be pushed back and killed off the point because of your revive, do it. Even if it's just 1 person, I'm serious, just do it. This will take some practice, and you will get it wrong a few times. I'm sure you'll revive 1 or 2 people, and then the rest of your team will die, and you'll be like, man, I would have played the game right now if I had just saved that ability. You could blame this on me, tell me I'm an idiot, go down to the comments, dislike all of my videos, and unsubscribe because I cost you to play the game, or you could take a second, think about the situation, maybe if you recorded it, rewatch it later, and see how you could have predicted using your ultimate. And by this I mean, look for signs in-game that may have shown your team was about to die, all of them. Maybe an enemy ultimate was coming and you knew it. There was a Junkrat's Riptire that was just used, or maybe your Reinhardt died and you knew your team had no cover to hide behind. Maybe you should have saved it. However, there are times where you maybe should revive the Reinhardt, that way your cover is back immediately. This is going to take some practice, and I'm by no means an excellent Mercy player, but I'm telling you, if you utilize your ult more effectively, it will take your Mercy gameplay to a whole nother level. So practice this, rewatch your gameplay if that's available to you, and if it's not, watch other people's gameplay and see if you can see where they used the ultimate wrong. My tip for McCree is similar to that of Mercy's. Stop holding your ultimate for as long. Getting a 5-man McCree kill is cool, I'm sure it's happened, it's cool, whatever. You're not going to get one. It's very impractical and it's really not effective. You should be using your ultimate way more liberally. If you can take out 1 or 2 enemies very quickly and they're being a nuisance to your team, go ahead and do it. The guy I'm getting this tip from, I'll actually link him in the description, says he sometimes uses his McCree ultimate to zone enemies. So basically there aren't any enemies in the area and he'll use his ultimate to stop them from entering the area. This will buy your team valuable time and could allow you to push a payload, take a point, or even just heal up after a fight didn't go too well. That's all the tips we have for today. If any of them helped you, be sure to leave a like down below and maybe subscribe, as well as give me ideas for future tips. By this, I mean if you're struggling with a certain aspect of a character or a certain concept in the game, tell me down below and I'll try to make some tips to help you solve that. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Lone Hawk, out.